Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Step out the way, guys. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vencabot. Bruise-day Tuesday, 8 hours of third strike action. We're just after the Jazzy Online fundraiser number 7 team battle tournament. Just wrapped up here. We're getting some casuals post stream. I'm still joined by a couple guys that are staying up late, such as my friend Hoss here. Just kind of hanging out here, talking about how great of a tournament that was. Oh my god! You know, teams is sick. We gotta do this more often, right?
Absolutely.
We gotta find a way to handle off-stream stuff better, though. We gotta find some way to coordinate that easier, right? So people can talk about who's going, who's going from what team.
Exactly, for sure. I think also like having everybody maybe like when they add their names to the list. I guess you have the option to sign up via Twitch or sign up via like whatever else, right? The thing is, most of the time, people's Twitch names are different than their stream name or their PSN name and their PSM name. They prefer to be called by their real name. So it's like, and I'm juggling all that stuff too. I have a hell of a time trying to keep up. I'm creating a spreadsheet just to make sure I have everybody in order and stuff like that.
Nice.
It's all by memory right now, but it's getting to the point where I have to start doing that. So it's like, because the people that have the same name or similar names across, it's much easier to deal with. But anyways, yeah, like maybe if there's a way to have them register as their PSN name, maybe.
No, believe it or not, me and you have access to that, right? Because when you sign up, you have to enter your PSN name. Me and you put that form there, so we can see that. But for you guys that aren't administrators of the Metro, you guys can't see it.
Okay,
Make life a little bit easier.
So I was gonna say if I'm running like a side or like a losers bracket lobby or something like that, that would help a little bit.
Yeah,
but then I think also just having it open 24/7 and being in it like in a separate lobby. I mean, shoot, if you want to go crazy, like I said, you could have like a second Vencabot channel and run both simultaneously and do a multi-Twitch thing. Yeah, so people can watch losers and winners at the same time.
Twitch.tv/poverty. Hopefully, we can coordinate with them next time to do that.
Exactly, it would be sick, and that would be a way. I mean, it might be a little bit. I mean, some people will argue the point it's over, I don't know, overstimulation, overexposure, but that's usually people that just can't multitask. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun. Anyway. It's fun to watch both, I think. And the thing is, if you have a problem with both audio being on, just mute one of the audios and then turn on the audios back on when you want to hear it. Whenever you're interested in the match you want to see. So it's like, I think that would be sick. That would be a way to at least keep, because there's some sick shit that happened in losers, man.
I know.
Some stuff between me and Kyo is like really, really good stuff that me and him played. In losers, I had a really good couple of rounds with him, but there's some other stuff. Epolis did some sick shit against Kyo too that was unfortunately not be able to stream or being able to be streamed. So yeah, it's okay. But
thank you for the follow, somebody. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh yeah, less than a year. That's no time at all. That's still good though, man. For that time. No, actually, yeah, keep with it. I mean, obviously, like, if there's another character... do you play other characters besides Q, actually?
Pretty much only plays Q. Oh, fuck the parry.
That's sick. That's so sick.
Crouching strong, right? No cancels when I low forward. Okay.
Oh yeah. Dude, Kenny, good shit today, by the way. It was
good games, Kenny. He played very strong. I don't gotta tell you that, though. Okay, so I'm gonna let I'll fight Rabble. I don't know this guy. Is he gonna be a lagger, do you think? I'll have to find out. So, Hoss, you said you're staying up all night, huh? You gotta work very soon or what?
Yeah, I've got work. I work pretty close. I'm working pretty close where I live right now, so it's like I can get up at 7 and get ready, shower everything, and be ready by 8 at the job. So I have to get up at 7. But I did take a little bit of a nap before this tournament, so I've got a couple hours under me, I suppose, right? So I could partition my sleep, if you want to call it that, and just basically, probably crash out around 3 year time, maybe 4 year time, something like that, and then get the proper amount of sleep.
Wow, this guy's kind of sick. Oh, he baited me. Ooh, 20 buttons. Gotta slow it down. Barely even touched him. Let's just slow down. Let's go real slow, like super slow. Like he's gonna dash and grab me or not. Too fast.
Last shot, okay. Right. I want to
Bad
never
punish.
see him. Who's this guy?
I'm playing like shit. Let's slow down. Oh, he's gonna be behind me. Didn't want that. Good punish. Slow it way down. I gotta slow it way down here.
You do.
It's a little bit laggy, so he's getting some jumps that are kind of making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, because the fierce chop on when a skippy connection is like the most scary thing in the world, right?
Well, the thing
It
I have
really
trouble
is.
with in the lag is when I can't see their animation where they're leaving the ground. If they like
Yeah, yeah,
end up in
that's
the
a
air all
big
of a sudden,
deal.
that's tough. He can punish those sweeps. He's been pretty good with his punishes.
Can't type on these small phones. Kyo's got. I want to see your setup, Kyo. You got like 5 monitors, like a phone. You got a laptop, a tablet. I remember he said he had like 6 streams open at once the other night. It was like about a week ago. I think he was mentioning that to me. Kyo is like the ultimate
Stream monster.
like stream monster. Like he'll be in your stream even when you don't think he's there. He doesn't have to talk to be there.
That's why
He's
he
there.
knows everything about everybody, right? That's why he knows all the 3S players, because he's on every stream. This man's got the channels open.
And the thing is, he's actually like helped. Like I can confirm that he has like helped so many people on my stream
Yeah,
get
me
better.
too.
Katie as well, of course, and stuff. And so he's actually like helping us level up at a rapid rate, faster than we. Well, I don't want to say that we're not capable of moving faster than the rate that he's teaching us, but I'm just saying that like he's saved us the trouble of having to go through all that crap and digging, and saved us. You know, I mean, I've saved hundreds of hours of time probably by playing against him easily, right? And it's priceless. So definitely he's definitely my favorite player. So
Who?
Kyo.
Ah, yeah. How's it going?
Right.
Hey, what's up, Kenny?
Nada, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. During the tournament, Max was like, "Come over to my chat." So I've been in a chat with a Max team for the whole tournament.
Okay.
Oh, got me crouching.
You're strategizing.
Yeah, I remember that. You're taking shit real serious. I respect that.
We wanted to win, but couldn't tie it up. Close it out. Oh well, it was fun. I got third, so I can't be too mad about that.
That's right. Are you guys coming down to the Houston tournament Friday?
That is the plan.
Who all's coming down is a question. I think Katie told me that it was possibly you, possibly Tommy, maybe Luke. That's all I heard.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, Damon as well. That was the 4th.
What's the
But out of those names, there's a tournament of Game of Dreams in Houston this Friday for the Desi Circuit.
I think Tommy is going. Rico said he's going.
But where
I'm
I-
gonna try. Huh? I'm gonna try and get in touch with Rico and
Okay.
see if I can ride with him. If not, I may try and ride with Tommy. I think Kev and Tommy are gonna carpool. I know Glass. Yeah, we're invading Houston. It sounds like.
That's
so.
good, man. That's good. 'Cause last time we tried to do that, the TO fucked up the whole tournament for us and messed it all up, right? That free play one, or not the free play, the Game Guys tournament, right? Remember we had all that hyping up I had to give, and then all of a sudden those guys screwed up for everything. I was like, man, what a terrible thing to happen. And I was like, look, guys.
I probably blocked it from my memory. So.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a good idea you did, actually. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, all this speech, this paragraphs of like, you know, good to get out, it's good to go to their cities and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, like, the owner and the guy who worked at the arcade got in a fight. They deleted the event. Everybody in Austin's asking me what's happening. I'm like, honestly, I find out. I find out what happens. Find out that Nero and a bunch of people are backing out. I'm like, I just told you how it was. I was just being as completely honest and as transparent as could be, right? But I was like, here's the deal. Here's the truth. Be honest though. But I was like, here's the truth. You decide whether you want to go or not. If you guys decide to go, I'll go with you guys still regardless. I'm not going to back out. But if you guys are backing out, then I'll just decide to go that route as well. Because I'm not going to sit there and support a place is going to sit there and waste time. I mean, dude, they would have had like, what? How many of us were coming? It was at least like 10, right? There was a lot of people heading down. It was David, Vaughn, you, me. Marcus was coming, right? I think Tommy was definitely going too. Luke, Sheen, Sin said he was definitely going to that one. It was maybe around 10, maybe like 9 or something like that, but it was a lot of people. So it was a big deal. And so like that kind of put a bad taste in people's mouth, the fact that it didn't work out, I think. And the next best bet was Showdown, which thank God more people are starting to show up to these days, because it's nice to have more players start showing up to that tournament. But
I think it's also going to really help that they had actual super guns and now they're moving on to actual cabs, hopefully.
Yes.
That's going to be a big draw. I think.
The issue the previous years is that that converter was, bless the guys for like trying to do a good job with everything. You know, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of pain in the ass to get that stuff set up and all the stuff that's in between. But those converters, the wiring on those and stuff like that, there were times when like people would like, if you try to unplug a controller and put another one in, if you shook it too hard or something like that, then it just disconnected and reset the board and all sorts of crap. It was a big pain in the butt. So I was like, you know what? I took my stick and I was like, here, just take my stick and use this for the tournament, because I replaced the buttons, I replaced the stick itself. I broke it in for a good like 12 hours of playtime, and actually no, that one was a fresh stick. It was brand new actually, so I only had like an hour of playtime on it. But I was like, look, this stick is perfectly working. It's got the perfect parts. There's nothing wrong with it. You're welcome to use this for the whole tournament. And so they did on the main setup. Remember that they had that on the setup that was closer to the front of the actual hall. I think Kyo was really happy about it too. He's like, dude, thank God, because all those other controllers are passing around are really shitty. So I know Kyo was pretty hype about it, and they didn't seem to have a problem with it. And I don't mind doing that again this year, actually. So I might just bring an extra stick just to leave for the tournament, because I'm tired of people having crappy sticks that just don't work well for people to play on. Just like the tournament, like the way the tournament ends up, the way it ends up in the end isn't the way it should be, because people are missing simple execution errors or having execution errors they wouldn't be having if they're using the proper stick and proper parts.
Yeah,
so
wait,
it's
Texas
like,
has freaking third strike for days, man. So if you want to play 3S, move to Texas. Yeah, 3S chance. I'll meet you at
we're taking Nebraska out.
Texas Showdown.
Okay, you know what? I've played Cam plenty. I know how good he is, and I think he's a genius. Okay, I love Cam. And Simon, from what I saw at the tournament, he's really godlike. But god damn it, they come down to Texas, we're gonna bring it to a different level. We're gonna take it seriously. I've been telling you, man. Like, there's a whole different level. Like, Mr. Nice Guy goes away with me. Okay, straight up. Like, it's all blood. It's like seriously, I would pile drive somebody in real life, like in that mode. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. I would do it. And the thing is, when that stuff, when it comes to like rivalry battles, there's no option to lose. There's no such thing as losing. Okay. So the thing is, like, when that happens, and it will happen, I guarantee you, because I'm gonna keep talking shit to Eaton until it does. And as soon as that happens, it's going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. I love it. That's the old mentality. That's the way things used to be between us and Houston. Houston and Austin used to be just like that.
I really want to share the old picture of you and Einstein's with your arms crossed or whatever.
Oh my god.
Just glaring.
Yeah.
So people can see the old Hoss. And be like, you don't fuck with Hoss, Yeah, that was a time before my time.
No, it was all cutthroat back then. It's like people took it so seriously. Like, we were so serious back then that like a simple execution error out of like 100 would make us like rethink our whole strategy. I was like, okay, I can't believe I missed that. How could I miss a single move or a single drop? How could I drop that single combo out of that many? And then you sit there and you have to rethink like everything.
What's up, Lance?
Final round now.
Oh shit, Lance is in chat? So word on the street is Lance may be moving to Texas here pretty soon.
It should exist, and they should train up more people. But they've got, I mean, shit, if you have to scale it down to how many they have, that's fine. things are brewing. I mean, everywhere, guys. I mean, they're. I mean, I used this example last night. Like, there's actually this arcade that's actually right on the border of Mexico and Texas. That one of the guys at Free Play showed me about a few months back, maybe about half a year ago. They showed me a picture. This arcade must have like over 50 candy cabs in it. I'm not even kidding. I mean, obviously it's not all fighters, but like they've got 50 candy cabs, and it's like it's arcade that we didn't even know existed. Okay, it's this huge freaking building, and they're all in really good shape and stuff like that. And they sent us a picture, and I was like, holy shit, man! I mean, there's shit happening everywhere. Just, I mean, there's players that are like godlike that haven't even come out yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, just, I mean, there's shit happening everywhere.
Are you ready? Go.
Wisconsin's working on a scene. Smash right in the middle of it. Illinois and Minnesota. I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a Minnesota scene? Not that I'm aware of, right? There's some guys that play in Chicago, I know. That'd be Illinois, I guess.
Actually,
Chance at Texas Showdown. Definitely come shake my hand.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It's gonna be awesome, Vega. When you come down, it's gonna be a good time. Guaranteed.
I heard that there's a good number of like bigger names at Showdown.
Oh yeah, a lot of people coming in from out of town. I think there's like, I was talking to Katie. I'm sure the numbers are more or bigger now, but like a couple weeks ago, and there's at least I think 9 or 10 from out of state coming in. That was before Venka even. I knew Venka was coming actually, so. I mean, things can change, obviously, but there's at least that many from out of state.
Whoa, good parries, Kel.
Yeah, I think like Eat and Frankie 3S, New York Frankie, I should clarify. I'm trying to think who else he said was supposed to be coming out.
Frankie's coming down?
Yeah, Frankie's coming down.
Yeah, oh my god.
Dude, Frankie is such a nice guy.
He is. He's cool as shit.
So we're gonna be a combo breaker instead. Yeah, I wish I'd go to combo breaker because I only go to so many tournaments, right? We're going to Michigan Masters, Showdown, and then for the North.
And Chance, real fast, are you the friend of Kyo who came in to UFO after the 20th anniversary tournament, or was it 25th anniversary? Whatever the hell the year was. The big tournament that happened in Austin. There was like 4 of them in the U.S. or 5. 2 in the West Coast, I think, North and South California, Texas, and then I want to say New York or Florida for the last one. I forget exactly where the other ones were held, but it was the anniversary tournament. Anyways, I met Kyo and somebody else, and the dude played Makoto player, really good Makoto player, and you were the Makoto then. You're definitely the Makoto player that I met. Okay, that was definitely you then.
He doesn't play Mac.
Oh, you don't play Mac. Okay, so who was the? I guess there was a third. I don't know. Kyo introduced me to people. I guess he introduced me to you, I suppose. But I hung out with Kyo most of that night, and there was a guy that played Makoto, strictly Makoto. And I forget what he was saying. He repeated the same thing like a billion times that night. It was like,
Weird.
I don't know. It was like crouch tech. I don't remember what he said, but he said it like a billion times. He said it like every 5 minutes. White hair? No. He had I don't even know how to explain it. Just black hair, I guess.
We got Mike Lenient in a lot. Who knows Mike Lenient? I don't. Hopefully his section's okay.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Hey, Chance, you ever pick up a 30th yet? They should enter for 3S, dude. I know that, it might conflict with your Tekken 7 times or whatever, but, it's probably not that expensive to enter. Play some 3S. I said, you're gonna have to get some casuals, sure, but you gotta get back on the horse, dude. So some guys enter, they know they're not gonna, do especially well. They might be rusty or maybe they're new, but you gotta enter to keep the tournament alive. If people that, are into the game don't enter, eventually you're gonna have guys that are just, running tournaments of 2 guys. It sounds like not that big of a deal, but ends up being that big of a deal sometimes. Like tonight, when tonight rolled around, we had, I think, 8 guys enter for the tournament, and I think because everybody wants to play, but they're like, I'm not gonna do that well. There's a lot of strong players there. Maybe I'm, don't want to be on stream or whatever. And then you have guys, with tournaments, we can't do tournaments anymore, right? Your locals can't run anymore because nobody's entering. So definitely, if you guys are interested in playing 3S, enter your tournaments. Doesn't matter if you're gonna do that well or not.
That's the thing. I think that's what holds people back. Is like if you have an excuse for why you can't play a tournament, it's not like a. I mean, obviously, if you have other stuff going on in life,
Oh, yeah,
fine,
makes
whatever. But
perfect
but if
sense.
you're available and you have a reason, like, oh, I can't, do something, or I don't get to select my team or whatever else. I don't. I mean, whatever. Teach their own. It's fine. It's your choice. But like, I don't buy into it. Honestly, it's not. You're holding yourself back by using those sort of excuses.
I met a guy last night who told me that he was thinking about entering a Michigan Masters, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not that confident, right? I'm not that confident in the game. Like, I know I'm not going to win, so why should I even enter?" It's like,
He's already
dude,
lost.
That's
by
not
saying
what it's
that.
about. It's not about coming and winning. I mean, you're gonna have guys there that show up like Chris G and shit, right? You're probably not gonna win, but you gotta keep the competitive spirit alive in the game, right? We need your guys' help for that, to the very least.
I'm with you.
Keep it alive. Chan says I have money issues. I'm spending 84 for registration. It hurts me because I'm back in school. Well, you're gonna be entering. It's not gonna be 84 for registration. It's gonna be like what? Like probably like $20 max for third strike. Yeah, once you're in the venue, you've paid that price. Then usually the individual events are not that expensive.
Right, like Showdown. Currently, before the 14th, right now, it's $55 early registration. It ends on February 14th. I don't know if that's. I don't know. It's trivial because one time I was like at the last hour of it, and it still rolled into the higher fee. And I had to get my Javier sent me my money back on the extra charges. But like, the thing is, like, I'd register before the 14th, by the 13th, preferably. It's $55 and $10 for every side game. So if you're just doing third strike, it's $65.
Right.
To compete.
Yeah. So how much is it gonna cost to enter third strike? A chance? You got the figures?
Prepare to strike. Now.
I'll tell you what,
I know that
Chance.
when I played Kia.
Play in Vegas tournaments and win some money from here, and
Let's go.
buy your way into a major. That's the best way to do it. Outside of that, I mean, there's more outlets now than there were before, and this being one of them, obviously.
See, Wade's a real one. Wade will enter any tournament. Right. I want to enter Smash at Texas Showdown. I don't play Smash, but I play enough Smash to have an interest in it. Keep it alive.
I like the Q pick though, I really do. It's just
Yeah, Q is a sick-ass character.
sick ass character.
And for a beginner, though, I can see how that could cause problems.
The fact that he's not flustered by it or demoralized by it is gonna be. The thing is, like, you're playing a character like that and you don't quit after playing Q and you stick with Q. That's obviously that's a sign to me that the person's not gonna ever quit. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
if you can go through that, it's like, I know, but what was it, Spherical Man, right, Kenny? Like, playing 12 for what, 2 years straight? Like, it's like, if you're happy doing that, then obviously you're doing just fine with the game, probably. He got really good with 12, and I know he switched. He started using side characters like, I think, Ken and stuff like that, or other characters as well, but Dudley as well, Alex. But 12 was getting pretty good. But Joe's 12 is the best I've ever seen. In the US, at least.
I mean, Giga Scrub, or do you have somebody else in mind?
Giga
I
Scrub.
think his name is Aaron, I believe.
Oh, I thought they said that was Joe Zaza.
No.
No, Joe's
that's-
somebody else, I
that's
guess.
someone else.
Oh, okay, yeah. Joe's the best 12 I've seen.
I need to stop in that car. I'm getting my ass blown up. That's nice.
So, Kenny, you said Marcus is taking a break from Third Strike for a bit?
That's what I've heard from like.
Is he doing alright? Is he gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think he's fine. He just, after like Cooperation Cup and leading up into it, you know, playing Third Strike so frequently, he just needs some time kind of away from the game to kind of.
That's fine. No, I understand that 100%. Been there a billion times.
I think there was also some other stuff that
Into the heat of
came up. But when am I going to Cooperation Cup? It depends,
Next year.
man. Like,
Next year. Easy. No, Kenny's got shit going on in his real life.
yeah, it depends on if my band gets into the event that I normally go to at that same time of year. If we do get a spot there, then we'll be playing until I can't go. I really did want to make 2020 the year I go, but it just depends on like when I get a job, how much I make at the job, and yeah, because it's a lot of money.
It is.
And for me to really like justify a trip like that, I want to go for like at least a week and a half.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, wait, consider playing Alex, dude. I think of Alex as being like a supercharged Q, basically. I think that he has some very similar principles. He's got a lot of health, he's got some pretty shitty pokes, but he's got a good command grab. It's just that he's more mobile than Q, and, you know, does more damage output in general. So I feel like if you were to play Alex and kind of, you know, learn to get that Oki game going, I think your Q, compared to most Qs, I feel like you have a better understanding weight of, you know, Q's Oki game, right? How you can mix people up with Q on Wake Up. But I think that Alex is kind of the king of that. I think Alex is kind of like a supercharged version of Q, basically. They have some similarities. Of course, Alex is not a superstar character either. Also kind of in the lower side of the tier list. But even then, I feel like he'd be liberating for you because of his mobility.
Yeah, his mobility is amazing. It really is.
Now.
Even his jumps kind of remind me of Q's jumps, because Q has some really nice jumping heavy buttons, kind of like Alex does.
Oh, Lance. I don't know, that stuff kind of scares me. Like,
We're going back to 1993. The old Arcanist book, cookbook or whatever. The
Anarchist cookbook, right?
Yeah. All the old credit card scams and stuff like that. Oh my god.
Go.
The things people used to get away with back in the day.
Nice. Yo, kill beasting. But we have Neon in the lobby. We got Neon and Caveats. It's so sick. Surrounded by friends. That's what I love about this stream. It's crazy how when you run a stream for a game like Third Strike, you just meet so many cool people.
Absolutely. I made pretty much the best of my friends through Third Strike, and the ones I made back in summer of '99 are the same friends I've had today.
Yeah, let's go.
So
Neon can't get much of a punish there.
that was weird with the rocks.
that was weird.
Yeah, Neon's, I feel like a thing that Neon's kind of working on is how to use his bar better. That's kind of
I was fucking around, Lance. That's not possible today. What was possible back then is not possible today, obviously. No way. Everything's tracked. Everything's watched.
I gotta look at this game differently. I gotta open my mind up. I'm gonna pose any threat to the Syrian.
Hey, Hoss.
Oh yes, yes sir.
How long have you been playing?
Okay, so
Came out, right?
the very beginning to like about '01, and then I went to school, college, university. Took about, I want to say, when OE came out is when I picked it back up. So 10 years gap, roughly, something like that, maybe 9.5 year gap, and then came back.
Ooh,
Played a little bit of OE, and then didn't really start playing serious until like 13 again-ish. 13, right when we started streaming, right? Kenny, around that time. So whatever that year that was I think that was 13.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, the length of time that you've been playing, while that is kind of a factor, it's not as big of a factor as what you're getting out of every game you play.
That's true.
Because there are guys that have been only playing like 2, 3, 4 years, and like maybe I can beat them, but the growth they've shown.
Yeah, Vencabot's a perfect example, actually. Perfect example of that.
I actually stumbled across Vencabot's stream. I think I show up in like his 40th episode or something like that.
Is it really that deep in? No way. It's not that deep.
I know around 40, like 43, I think, is when I first start playing with you.
No, that could be. Yeah, because you would hang on the chat for a while.
So, like mid-30, so like a month into your playing, pretty much, is when I found your stream and when I started hanging out with you. And the growth that you've shown since then is so tremendous. Like,
insane.
And like when I saw you, you know, just the way that you were talking about the game, you know, you were seeing things that I don't really even think about at this point.
Yeah, it's like so passionate in certain ways. Exactly.
Well, not only that, but he'd be like, "Oh, what is this guy doing? Oh, he's doing highs a lot, or something like that, you know, or oh, he likes to do this particular pattern, you know." And I have still some trouble with like pattern recognition and things like that. I've been getting better at it, but you know, the fact that he was noticing this stuff and he's only a month in, I'm like, he could be really good, you know.
Yes.
And I wanted to try and provide an offline perspective to the game, you know. Try and help foster that growth. Yeah.
I wish I could play offline more often. Shout out to Scrub Series.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Scrub Series. Playing offline freaking every week on Sundays with all their homies. Go follow them. They're kind of like me, learning this game, learning at a kind of accelerated rate. Of course, they're playing again offlines regularly with a kind of a small squad of guys that are all dedicated to learning. Definitely a really cool way to learn this game, I feel like. So I feel like, you know, sometimes the Scrub Series guys have problems coming online and fighting characters they're not familiar with because they only have a small pool of guys to play with there. But overall, the fact that they've been so dedicated to beating each other and learning the game that way is just so sick to me. Getting those offline games. They have a super gun now. Before they were playing offline on OE, then on 30th, and now they got a super gun. They're playing on a real ass hardware. They're
I think Cruz recently set up his hardware as well, right? In the past month or two.
Oh yeah, and Cruz, right? Neon's Alex, huh?
I know he's had the cab for a while, but I think he just got it. Like I don't know how long ago it was, but it was in the last month or two, I think, when he got it all like going. I think he streamed a local session not too long ago,
Salty
right?
Sundays,
Last week.
And Cruz, Salty Sundays. Yeah, I guess he's had that cab for a minute, but I guess for a while there it was in storage, and he finally got it out again. I guess he'd been streaming Salty Sundays before, but it's cool to see that he's got his friends together again to play on the cab there at his crib. I want to go there one day.
Yeah, he's pretty chill, man. I like Cruz. And I know the Seattle guys, there's some, obviously we have, you know, Mexi up in Seattle, but they've got a really strong ST scene up there too. And some of those guys also go between 3S and whatnot. You know, it's kind of hand in hand with some players, right? Some players just refuse to do one or the other, and then some players cross between both. And like Luke, for instance, is a good example. Like Luke loves ST, but he doesn't play much because nobody's ever playing it at UFO that often, right? But you always see Luke at tournaments, right? Every time I'm there, he's always on the ST machine practicing, doing some combos with Dictator or whatever else, right? And he loves the game, and I'm sure if there were more players there that cared about ST, he'd probably play all the time. Because Luke would be potentially, obviously, one of the best players there if he did put some time into ST. So, but
yeah, I've been having a little bit of fun with ST as well.
It's fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
It is. I was actually playing some ST at the tournament this past weekend. So
nice.
Yeah.
Is Luke still playing Dictator or Ken, or who's he using now in ST?
Luke typically plays Sagat.
Oh, Sagat. Oh, new Sagat. That's right. Okay, yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, new Sagat's pretty honest.
Yeah, Wade definitely streamed, dude. I'm sure Hoss will back me up on the same with Kenny. Kenny's also a streamer. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, though. It's a lot more work than people realize. Of course, you would know, Wade. Your friends all stream. But it's a lot of work. But it's also a really cool way to kind of get yourself out there. If you're kind of like me and you're kind of, oh wow, what a bait. If you're kind of like me and you're kind of, you know, quiet, introspective, misanthropic, antisocial. Nice challenge.
Noosa got why. Yeah, a lot of people ask that question. They probably like the challenge, I guess. You know, 'cause it's a lot more challenging. It goes from like complete challenge to no challenge, right? It's like a very cut and dry difference.
Yeah, when I met Becca at a TSC, that was a fucking blast.
That was what a time that was. What a time. We had to hang out with fucking with the VM Courtney Miller.
Oh my god,
burgers.
that's right.
Getting burgers at Courtney.
Dude, fucking cookout, man.
Dude,
like,
rest in peace. One day.
And then we got that bomb ass pizza.
Yes. Yeah, I wish I remember the name of that place. It was legendary. It was just a kick. We had so much time to spend. It was so great about it. It was like a vacation. We were there for like a fucking week, just hanging out and playing 3S. Yes, wait, I'm a hugger, dude.
I'm telling you, if you could, so Venga's coming to Showdown. Kenny, are you coming to Showdown this year?
I'm planning on it.
It's an amazing time. You guys have to come. I'm telling you, man.
No,
it's gonna
like,
feel like a weekend. It ends too quickly.
If I can have any say in this, I'm going. So it's just I need to get a job and then get that sorted as soon as I can.
Right.
But yeah, like going to a Showdown is definitely on my bucket list for this year.
We're gonna have Chance there. He's gonna enter 3S2 if I have to pay for him. I'm gonna meet this guy. Then
oh, that's awesome, Chance. It'll be good to see you, man. So I guess if you came with Kyo to the 20th anniversary tournament, whichever one it was, I guess I missed you there or something. His 25th was the right year, but I didn't get to meet you. I guess I met whoever came to UFO after. That was with Kyo was a Makoto player, and whoever that was, I forget what his name is, but he was there, and that's the only other person I met from Louisiana that day. But yeah, we'll definitely be a Showdown. It's gonna be insane. Like the way it works is this: we play in the tournament, and then we usually go get food, and then we go do the salty sweet stuff for like 8 hours straight, and then around 5 or 6 in the morning we go out to get breakfast. We don't sleep yet, and then we basically come back after eating a ton of food, play more Third Strike until we pass out while playing with the controllers in our hands, and then the night's done, and then we start the next day. That's how it works at Showdown.
Yeah, Wade, Cavi's been learning Q, dude. At first, I thought Cavi's picking Q just to kind of goof off, but he's been picking Q consistently. I think this man wants to be a Q player. Which I find
I was Jumpsuit's looking for more hyper fighting action. He's like hunting me down. You're hunting me down over here, man. To play some more Street Fighter 2. Jumpsuit Jesse in the house. Just notable top Fei Long player, one of the first in the U.S. to ever travel for a major. Godlike Fei Long, better yet. You know, the funny thing is, this is a little off topic, but like my ST training, I have more training against only Fei Long players than any other character in the roster. Like I understand that matchup against Key versus Fei Long versus like against anybody. Cigar Bob, I played against him. Cammy, Jumpsuit Jesse, Darkness Kev. I mean, any Fei Long. What's it called? What's his name? Yeah, he doesn't play anymore. He also plays Fighting with Isaac. He streams it.
Under Khachik?
No. Damn, he's so good though too. He's hyphenated. Great player. Tall guy, glasses. Plays really good Fei Long, but I haven't seen him at majors these days. But yeah, I played like thousands of rounds versus those guys. It's just like it's not even a thought process anymore. It's like that's the thing. I was going to mention that we were talking about not to go off too tangent from Showdown here, but like we were talking about how like improvement, you know, how people ramp up and stuff like that in skills and whatnot, right? The thing is, I found that when I played several hours every day, right, the stresses that I would have about execution, the stresses I would have about thinking about certain situational things, they go away, right? They disappear completely. And I'm not saying that you can't control that. I'm just saying that you know how like your brain, you can like if you have a character that has really good zoning, right, you can focus on certain things that other people can't because they have to worry about 5 other things that you don't have to worry about, et cetera, right? So like your brain is more freed up to think outside of there. You're not filling up the tank fully, right? Yep. So like when you play a lot, it doesn't matter if you feel like you're improving or not. Well, you naturally will anyways if you care. But the thing is, like, you'll eventually get to a point where if you play enough every day, that a lot of stuff that could possibly potentially happen if you're out of practice will never happen ever. Like those doubts, the thought process of like overthinking things and stuff in certain situations, it goes away. You just do it. You just do it and you perform, and that's all that happens. And so the only stress you have to worry about is just, the only thing you have to worry about is not even like anything besides the fact that your opponent is switching it up on you, obviously, and you have to adjust to that on the fly, which is, that's the fundamental thing when it comes to matchups with people who are smart players, right? Obviously.
Be dizzy there.
But the thing is, like, all the execution errors, all the stuff that you have to worry about, all the situational stuff, you just end up doing it. Like, it just becomes like second-hand nature. And the thing is, I feel like if you have big gaps between your play, like months or years at a time, and then, you know, you're trying to, like, you know, you still can ride the bike. It's like riding a bicycle, but there's things that just won't happen at that level when you're playing in daily. You know what I mean? So it's like, I always encourage people to play every day, because I know what that's like, and I can't do it these days, but I know what it's like, and I've been there, and it's very rewarding, because whether you know it or not, there's things that you will miss. Maybe not, maybe some people won't, but like, the nerves don't go away. I think they, honestly, I don't get, the thing is, I feel like with the experience sometimes, I don't get nervous enough. You know what I mean? I'm just like, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really feel nerves. I need to work on that. That's probably my problem, actually.
Well, I think if you're not feeling nerves, then I feel like that's more of like your investment in the game isn't like, you're like, oh, it's whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, to a certain extent, I suppose. I think that, or I mean, just like, you know, playing against somebody,
Go for it.
the nerves contribute in a good way, I think, too, because they give you that reinvigorating energy, right? If you use it right, if you can transfer it the right way, instead of like letting it bring you down or make you worse at playing the game, it can drive you to the next level, I think, easily. You just have to make sure you harness it the right way. But I think nerves are important. I mean, you're right though, Kenny. I definitely play better when I'm nervous. Definitely right. I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, I also think I'm kind of in the same boat as Chance about being under pressure, because let me think. I had a game against I think Part 2 and against Mass Lethal, and like both of them I lost the very first round. And then like once that happened, I was like, it's go time. I think it even happened against it happened against Epolis as well.
Yep.
And I lost like the first round against all of them, and then after that it's like, okay, time to kick it on. And
Are you ready?
yeah, it's
Go.
That's a nice way of saying it, Kenny. You could always say, you know, that's right, bitch. You know, I got this shit. You know, I'm gonna take you down now. I see how it is. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna rush you
Welcome
down.
aboard, Red Eye. Yeah, Wade, do you get nervous when you fight Scrub Series guys? Not your local. My theory, I get nervous when I fight guys I don't know. That makes me quite nervous. If it's a guy that I know, then I usually have a pretty good time. Because I really feel like if I lose somebody that I know, who I have a lot of respect for, then I'm like, fuck, I lost. I'm like, damn. But if it's a guy I don't know, I always assume that I should be able to beat them. And then I have a lot of tension before.
Lance. Imagine them in their underwear. Yeah, exactly.
oh, Lance.
So I haven't
People that
been-
you hate,
only
exactly.
two
Yeah,
people.
that's a galaxy brain shit right there, Lance. Yes.
I'm the only guy on this channel, I think, that knew everyone in the tournament, Wade. Because it's, you know, it's a Vencabot channel, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're going to be nervous fighting guys you don't know, but when I play, I'm not as nervous because I know all these guys. They're all friends of mine. So when you're losing to your friends, it doesn't hurt as much. It's not as painful. But then when you feel like you might lose to somebody, you're not sure, you know, who they are. I don't know. If you're guys like me, you have a little bit of paranoia. You feel like, you know, you have something to prove. Maybe you feel like your opponent doesn't respect you. Like, if it's somebody you know, that all goes away. Whereas there's kind of like a subconscious part of my mind that makes it like, you know, especially like online, especially if you don't know who it is you're fighting, it can be really stressful. Because you feel like, you know, they don't respect you or whatever. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's all psychological. Whoa, my God. But, if you know the people, that really helps, I feel like. So Red Eye says, I only get nervous against people that straight wreck my shit on the first round. Then you get nervous. I'm like, ah, shit. It's like, I don't really mind getting bodied because I feel like I can make an adjustment at that point. The scariest thing is when it's close. If it's no matter who wins the first round, if it's close, then it's scary for me because then you're not sure which way they're gonna go. But if you get bodied, at least you're like, okay, well, how do I get bodied? Well, he likes to do that and that and that. Okay, I'll make an adjustment and see what happens next round.
Exactly. No, actually, when I after my long break from fighting games, after getting all my shit together at school and life and stuff like that, and taking care of all that and get that out of the way, I came back and I was really excited to play Third Strike. Right, I was like, oh, he's out. This is great. I can't wait to play with my friends and stuff. And I was really happy to play and stuff like that. But then, so I was playing for a bit, and obviously I wasn't like back in the day. I was like cutthroat. It was like I was out to kill people every time. Anybody said next to me is gonna die. Period. Like they're gonna get pile driving to the ground no matter what happened. It's gonna be decimation, right? There's no other way.
Right.
And then when I came back to the game 10 years later, I was like, oh man, I'm just so happy to be back. Oh, this is gonna be great. I can't wait to play with these guys and stuff like that. And I can handle shit talk. I don't care shit because it's just part of what I grew up with, right? It's not a big deal to me. It doesn't faze me. It actually helps me. It helps me reinvigorate myself and become better, actually. But like the thing is, some of my friends actually, like a guy Anthony that we used to call Texas Valle back in the day, and there was who else was it? There was somebody else that we had. I was actually playing in a tournament, and like they basically pulled me aside. They're like, "Dude, you're so fucking weak now." And I was like, "Are you kidding?" And so the thing is, like, it didn't. Like, I was like, I thought about it. I was like, "Man, like, are you serious right now?" He's like, "Dude, like, what happened to that killer instinct that you used to have?" And I was like, "Dude, are you serious? You truly believe that you're not fucking with me right now?" And so it actually kind of sucked, man. I was like, man, these people, like, they know me. They're my training partners, from way back.
Right.
During when I played with Shin and Fu and all those guys, and then these guys are these are the ones that I leveled up with, and they're the ones telling me this, and I'm like, fuck, man, they wouldn't be fucking with me. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm too excited. Maybe I got to find that middle ground where I don't get upset when I lose. You know what I mean? Like, and get like so hard on myself that I have to take a step outside and wonder why I fucked up so badly.
Right.
But also find out a way to be. I wouldn't say I was definitely friendly back in the day. It's just that like it was. I took it very seriously. I was too serious. I was very much way too serious. And so the thing is, like I had to find a middle ground. I was like, how do I? The biggest struggle for me was finding a middle ground between trying to kill people and like being friends with people at the same time, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because like you mentioned your friends, when you play against your friends, it's not as much nerves and stuff like that. You may not care as much about losing to a friend than you do about somebody else. And I had to like throw all that shit out the window. I was like, you know what? Like, these people are being real with me. I gotta get my shit together. And so I had to figure out a middle ground of how to have fun, genuine fun. Not just a smile on my face after being butthurt about something. You know what I mean? Actually having a good time and actually generally being happy for people, but after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like settle that shit after the game's done with. During the game, get your shit together and fight like you're about to, take somebody out pretty hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you have to keep your. I don't know. I personally thought I found a good medium. I could fight go a little bit more serious, but I think that I'll start turning to the dark side if I do. I don't want to go that route. I want to be that same dude again. So I'm just gonna keep it where it is and be happy with where I'm standing. But it was a struggle. I'll be honest. It was a struggle that I went through back. What was it, Kenny? About 2013 or 14 or something like that, right? I don't know. Kenny saw all of it. He knows. But it's.
I'm gonna be honest, Hoss. Like, I really don't remember the first time we met.
You know what? I remember Hairboy introduced us,
Riot.
right, at
Do your
UFO.
best, dude.
See, I don't remember. Hairboy being
Neon. Have a good night, man.
Whoa, we lost Kyo. That was weird.
Exactly. I agree with Chance and Lethal for sure. Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely that middle ground though. But yeah, so yeah, Kenny, we met through Michael, or maybe you invited Michael to UFO tournament and you said, hey, he's here, and we just found out, or I don't know. How did it happen, Kenny? I don't even remember actually. You're right.
I don't remember if I met you at Einstein's or not. That's the big thing.
I don't think it was, because you were past my time by like 4 years at least.
With the home button, I got you, Kyo. It happens sometimes.
Because I feel like there may have been like a day where you just happened to like stop into Einstein's, and I really feel like it was then. So I want to say I remember you being in like that back corner, where the fucking yellow visor thing was.
Okay, yeah, the visor thing was on the right. The machine was across on the left, right? Third strike machine, right? It was on the left side,
it was. Well, I guess it depends on what direction you're looking. But if you're looking into the arcade from the entrance, the visor would be on the left, and the third strike machines were on the right.
Okay, no, I'd never played when those machines were on the right, except for when they're in the front of the arcade, the very, very front as you enter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that definitely wasn't me then, because I came back. Slim X was like, hey man, the second generation of third strike players want to challenge the old school players. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I went in there and I played against those guys. Like I think it was Avril and Mike Lai and those guys and whatnot. And the only person I was really impressed with was Alex Yoon, the Makoto at the time. He played Makoto, and he was the only person I thought was actually pretty good. And then he was the only person that could beat. We could go toe to toe together basically. But that was the last time that I went to Einstein's. That was like 04, summer of 04, I think.
Whoa, Caviez! Oh my god, he was random as a VX Jodans.
Yeah, Kenny,
So,
I've been going there since summer of '94 is the first time I went to Einstein's actually. So I
wasn't. Summer of '94. I was 7, I think.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not a place for you to be, man. Definitely not a place for children to be, man. The drag back then was way different than it is now. Way, way different, man.
Everybody's offline, or he's passed out. Looks like.
So Lance asked you a question, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Well, it was a general one, but how many generations of UFO players are there?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I mean, how would you split that up then? I mean, the thing is, here's the thing about Einstein's Arcade. Here's the reason why there's generations at Einstein's. Because people, they go to the university, they graduate, they usually either move away or they do something else, right? So usually you have it's usually about a 2-year gap, maybe 2.5-year gap between generations. Because a lot of the students that came in, like literally across from campus, you could walk across from Dobie Mall, or Dobie, better yet, or or not Dobie, but the Union Underground. The Union's right across the street from it. So basically, people would just casually walk by the arcade. Oh, what is this arcade? I said, oh, cool. There's like 20 people crowding around the machine. Let's check it out. And then, out of the 15 people that come in that day, one's gonna get reeled in, right? And so Einstein's had it easy because they just happen to be where there's a ton of people walking by every freaking day, right? If the arcade wasn't located there, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of players today that played at Einstein's wouldn't have even played Third Strike in the first place, or started way later. So that's why there was. But I would say, yeah, Mopreme definitely spans all generations. Mopreme is he's sick as hell, dude. Mark is awesome.
We know Caviez, Kill.
So, how can we answer this question? So, you were there at the very beginning, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, who was playing around the time? It was you, Sin.
Shin Chang. I met Shin over the news groups. I asked for a challenge, and he was the first person to reply to my.
Well, Shin. From what I remember, you were saying that Shin wasn't actually really good at Third Strike until a little bit later,
No.
though.
Second Impact.
Oh, it was Second Impact.
Yeah, and the guys we actually had a real life troll, Peter Ong, that used to be really mean to Shin. Like he would actually whisper in his ear like, "You suck, you'll never be good at the game," and he was actually serious about it. The guy was actually mentally ill. He would be like, "Hey, shit, you'll never be good at the game. You're just a scrub, and I can't. Why are you wasting our time by playing the game?" He was actually for real about it. And so Shin would keep playing and whatnot, and so anyways, they used to call him a sweater boy because he used to wear long sleeve shirts in 110 degree weather. But that wasn't my nickname; it was definitely theirs. But so basically, during Second Impact, he was just terrible. And so Third Strike gets rolled in, and I post the day that they get it. Like the day that they swapped out JoJo's with Third Strike, I made a post on the news groups, and I was like, hey, is anybody looking to play some Third Strike? They just rolled it into Einstein's, and Shin Chang replies, and he's like, yeah, let's play. We'll meet at this time. I'm like, okay, cool. So we actually started with him. It was just me and him, and I think Slim X was there, the three of us. And me and Shin would play for Shakuma mirrors, for 6 to 8 hours a day, every day, for I don't know how many. It was crazy. We would just go back and forth. It was a lot of fun. And so and then Fu came in. Fu came in he was the first person to come back in after that, after about a week or so. Fu had realized that Third Strike was out. I guess Adam, the guy we used to call Don King, I guess, the guy, the whole Be Honest thing started with, he actually knew Fu, and he actually basically summoned Fu to Einstein's arcade. And he's like, hey, they have Third Strike here. You know, Fu was like the top 3 Second Impact player. Jesse actually played at La Fun versus Fu and BBH back in '98, I think. There's actually footage on YouTube for that, actually. You hear Adam in the background commentary. But anyway, so like Third Strike gets rolled in, Fu comes in, and Fu knows Shin because Fu and they played Second Impact together and whatnot. So I got introduced to Fu through them, and so I met Fu and whatnot, and so then Sin shows up, and you know this guy plays Super One Yun, and so I'm like, okay, cool, let's play some games. And, you know, back in the day, nobody talked to anybody, right? You sit next to the person, you play them, you don't say a word. You know, the person next to you is your enemy. That's what it used to be. And so the thing is, even if until you like start, you know, the thing about the arcades is this awkward silence between players, and then slowly over time, somebody makes a single comment, right? Somebody opens up the comment. Damn. That person either receives it well, or gets butthurt, or doesn't say a single thing, or ignores it completely. And then, you know, eventually, like, there's some random shit that happens in the game. It's ridiculous that it should never happen. Both players like start laughing about it, and you know that kind of breaks the ice a little bit. You know, and that's usually how it happened with everybody there. And so Sin was the same way. Sin was quiet. Everybody was quiet. Shin, you name it. I guess Shin not so much because I met him on the news groups, but anyway, so like we were, you know, me and Slim X had been working on Second Impact, the W Impact Japanese import of Second Impact, or it's like the Double Impact, I guess, has both copies, but the Japanese version is called W Impact. It's it came out earlier than the US version, and we got the import from Game Fellas for like $89. And so me and Slim X were trying to figure out what combos can we use offline on Dreamcast. I know it's Dreamcast. I understand this. Okay, I know it's Dreamcast. We all know this now. Okay, we know it's not a good port of whatever. But the question was, it was our only option outside the arcade, right? So we're like, how do we, like, what combos do translate from this to the arcade? And so we would test things out, right? And then we would come fully loaded to the Einstein's arcade, and we'd try those out at Einstein's. And you know, back then it was like you have to put a quarter in, and then put a quarter in the second player, and then like have them, you know, I'd be like, hey Ken, like, can you walk forward in this situation here, and I'll try to cross you up here and stuff like that. And so we would test things out for hours upon hours, find all sorts of random shit. And so basically we found out there's a lot of things that did translate over, even on the Dreamcast copy, over to the actual arcade hardware, and a lot of stuff that didn't work that was obviously Dreamcast only and whatnot. And so we spent, I don't know how many hours Slim X basically lived at my house for the first year of Third Strike. I mean, easily. I mean, we went to Einstein's. Okay, I had university, went to university for like, I went to ACC, and then I had some class at UT, right? So I did class from like 8 in the morning to like 5 p.m. From like 5:30 or 6, I would be at Einstein's until about 2 or 3, maybe 4 a.m. At 4 a.m., me and Slim X would come back after we left work and cleaned up everything, and then come back to my house, and we'd play on the Dreamcast and try out some new shit. So that's basically how our days went every day. Except for like I worked part-time at computer shops, like 30 hours a week or whatever, but like it was we put a lot of hours in, a lot of time in testing all sorts of crazy shit. But
you remember when you found the Akuma combo?
Yeah, that's somebody still calls it the Hoss combo, because I actually discovered it before the Japanese did, actually. I'm pretty happy about that. But it's easy now. It's like stupid now by today's standards, but back then it was like genius. It really was for its time. But yeah, it's definitely my the reason I liked it is because it has a corner carry, right? I was like,
for those that don't know, the quote-unquote Hoss combo is like low forward short tatsu into jab roundhouse tatsu.
The jab and roundhouse cancel tatsu. And Shin Chang was like, that's bullshit. And I was like, no, I'll show you. And Shin kept trying to do it for I just sat there, and you know Shin, he's like kind of weird. So it's like I sat there and watched him try it several times. I just kind of like enjoyed watching him fail at it. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, fine, Shin, fine. I was 19. Okay, I was 19. So I was like, you know what? All right, here's how you do it, Shin. And then he's like, oh, okay, that's good. That's all Shin said. That's it. That's all he said. And so and the thing is, like, the utility of corner carrying with that combo is so sick, right? Like, why not use it? That's the question, right? You sacrifice damage for corner carry? Fuck yeah, let's do it. You know, why not? So, but it was good times.
So going back to generations, so you've got Fu, Shin Chang, yourself, and Sin.
Slim X, of course, spans across at least 3 generations. Slim X, Jack Lee.
would Jack be first generation?
He was before me. He was second impact generation, so he was well before I was. But he came in later too, like week 3 or week 4 of the game. Like he didn't know it was there. Nobody knew it was there. Like there's no forum or that everybody went to discuss things outside of Alt Games SF2, and not many people even used news groups back then. So it was like, you know, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it was Jack Lee was definitely there. Sin, Mopreme was more like I want to say like late 2000, almost 2001 is when he started picking up when he went to Japan. I think it was like late 2000, I think. So
would you say Mopreme would technically be more like a Gen 2 player?
No, he's definitely at the end of Gen 1 for sure. For sure.
Okay,
he was definitely Generation 1 because he cared. He was there putting in the time. Like at first, like he wouldn't play much, and then eventually, like he started playing more and more and stuff like that. And we would just show him a few things. You know, back then it was like, hey, if you do this crouching leg kick at this range after he does this, then you can actually cancel it. You know, and there's no frame data, right? So we would just sit there and just, you know, if you space it out a pixel or two away, and then you wait a little bit longer, and then you do crouching medium, then you can cancel and punish accordingly and stuff like that. So but yeah, he had a lot of good data, and actually Mopreme's really cool. Actually, the funny thing is that there's a funny story about Mopreme actually. And before I even met him in the arcade, I got into a huge argument. I was actually an operator in the Capcom channel on IRC back then.
Good night, 3S Chance.
And
dude.
Yeah, Chance, dude, good talking to you too, man. You have a good night.
Looking forward to meeting you at Texas Showdown.
Oh yeah, Chance, I'm looking forward to getting to meet you this time around though, for sure. But yeah, so like he like I remember I got this argument like where Mr. Wizard would basically de-op me and ban me from the Capcom channel for even sharing Third Strike tech. Like I would try to like share like new Akuma tech or like Yang tech with people, and they're like, we don't play with tech. First and foremost, we don't take tech seriously. Secondly, Third Strike, Street Fighter 3 is for scrubs. We don't talk about Street Fighter 3 in the Capcom channel. And I was like, well, it's not like I'm like, how do you respond to that? You know what I mean? I'm just like, well, he's like, if you ever share anything else with Third Strike related again, I'll ban you from the channel.
For real?
And so yeah, exactly. So I would sneak in and I would share stuff, and I would still share stuff in the channel. I don't give a shit. Mr. Wizard sucks anyways. Complete asshole. Everything everybody says about him is true. McGrib as well. But the thing is, the thing is, like, I would get banned even though I was an op of the channel. Like I was one of like 6 or 7 ops of the channel. He would de-op me, then ban me, and then he would have Javi or unban me and then re-op me again. He had fun just doing it over and over again, just because he didn't like Third Strike and he didn't like Texas players. So like I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Mr. Wizard. I'm gonna make another Street Fighter 3 channel on IRC and people will join. And so the first person to join that channel was actually Mopreme, and that was before I even knew who he was. I didn't even know who Mopreme was back then. And so he's like, hey, and he started chatting with me and stuff like that. He's like, man, that really sucks about, you know, getting kicked out of the channel like that. I'm like, yeah, it's not the first time. It's like the 5th time it's happened. And I'm just I don't care to be off of that channel anymore. I don't care to share anything in that channel anymore. Obviously, I'm being shunned for it, so I'm just gonna go here. And so Mopreme was the person that followed me first to the other channel, and I was like, man, that's pretty sick. So then I got to meet him in the arcade, and I found out he was the same guy that was the dude in chat and stuff like that. And I was like, man, you're cool as hell. So I instantly was cool with him. I was cool with him for sure. So. But yeah, yeah, that was back. That was a long time ago. That was back when Mopreme had the really long hair. And glasses.
I know there's a video on YouTube somewhere of Mopreme with long hair, and I think it even like, I don't think it was a Third Strike related video. I think it was just like a general video thing. Saw it somewhere, but I have no idea where to find it. It was like him and his twin brother. But
actually, Mexi showed me archives of his blog actually, of like efficiency with like he has this one post that Mexi showed me that was like just cracking me up, and I'm gonna give Mark shit about it when I see him next. But it was like about efficiency with lunches. He's like, I think the post says something like this. I don't mean to like sabotage the wording, but like it went along the lines of this. It's like, hey, something about like, you know, why bring your lunch? You know, like, you know, why buy food when you can bring your own lunch, right? But then he went deeper. Is like, why even bring your lunch, or like, why even use a bag when you can do this and this and this? He basically went into technicalities of like how to break down saving money within bringing your lunch. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just like saving money from like not going out and eating. It was like, and not just saving money from taking your lunch, but like the tech of like maximizing or minimizing losses involved with and reusability of like, which is great for the environment as well, honestly. So it's a good thing that he was that ahead of his time. But like, it was just funny how he broke that stuff down too. You know, it's just kind of funny looking at the parallels, you know, of that and Third Strike and stuff. It just cracks me up, man. The guy makes me laugh sometimes. But yeah,
so, to rein things back in a little bit, Hoss. So going back to the generations of Einsteins, who would you consider second gen?
I would say Avril, Michael, those guys, because those guys are the guys that would watch us play and they would just sit there and they would play DDR all day, right, while we were playing Third Strike, right?
Okay.
And I know Ryan Harvey, he used to watch us play Third Strike during Gen 1. I don't know if he played much during Gen 2, because when I played against the Gen 2 best, he wasn't there, unless he was out of town or in Japan by then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when
Ryan went to Japan in 2004, I think.
Okay, so when did he start getting serious about Third Strike then? Like 03, 04, something like that?
I think he was probably serious in by 04, but it wasn't until he got back from Japan where he was leveled up.
Okay.
But I could be wrong on that.
But yeah, he was also a DDR player initially, so yeah, he would. I would put him maybe 3 then, Gen 3 probably, something like that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say it's exactly 2 years per generation, but it makes sense because a lot of people went either 4 years at UT or 2 years at ACC and then went to a different university afterwards, right? So usually the 2 year spans of the average, maybe 2.5 max, is how much you would stretch people being out at Einstein's for any given generation.
When did you stop going to Einstein's?
I think it was fall of 01 when I moved to San Marcos, so it had to have been then. Yeah, maybe late summer of 01 probably.
Oh, got me! What a chase!
So about 2 years, almost exactly 2 years.
So I'm trying to think.
Well, for Third Strike, that is. I mean, I was there in '98 as well, playing Alpha 3 with Peter and Adam and those guys. But
yeah, I'm just trying to think of like how to fill the gap from like 2002 to 2006.
Yeah, so I think 4. We covered up to 4 then, right? So 4 to 6. Did you start in 6 or did you start in 4 and then go up to 6? I forget.
I started in 2006, late 2006.
So there's that gap between 2 years before that is kind of like up in the air then, right? I mean, I'm assuming that, I heard that Alex Yoon moved away. Obviously he moved to John Choi after he left Austin, right? So he was there summer of 04 when I played against those guys. So he was there, but a lot of those guys moved away. I don't know if Avril was there much longer after, I want to say 05, from what Sin told me. Sin has been there through all the generations, so Sin would be the person to ask for the 04, 06 area probably. And then Einstein shut down in 07, right? Was it or late 06?
It was New Year's Day 2008.
2008. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't account for those last few. I mean, you could probably tell me about your generation.
Let me think. So I know whenever I got there, Marcus was a top player. He was a strong contender, I should say. Fubardak was really strong. Shin was really strong. Mofrin was really strong.
Lee was there too, right?
Lee and Jaime were also strong players, so they probably started the same time that Marcus started, roughly. So I'd probably say if Harvey, if Fubardak is Gen 3, then I'm pretty sure Marcus and Lee and Jaime would probably fall into Gen 3 as well. I know Marcus taught John Lowe and Viet, and they were decent whenever I started. So I don't know if that would put me at like Gen 5, or if I'd be lumped into like Gen 4 still. I'm trying to think
probably
of other.
4, I'm thinking, because Einstein, since it was done by 08, right? Like if you're starting at 06, then you're probably the 4th, and that was the last of the. I'd say there's probably 4 generations then, right?
Probably.
About roughly a couple years each, just maybe a little bit more. Stretch it out an extra few months for Gen.
Yeah, there are also some other players that you hadn't mentioned. Bernard is one of them.
Oh, Bernard, dude, that guy. Oh my God, I got stories about that. Just go ahead, keep going. You know what happened to him, right? He got really rich. He's like a massive millionaire right now.
So, like, all I know is like around the time that, probably like 2007-ish, whenever James Crawford was coming around. I was in the arcade and randomly this heavier set guy came in, and he started playing Oro, and it was Bernard, and I had never met him, and Marcus knew him, but I don't know what generation he was.
He's Gen 1 too. He was during my time.
Oh wow, okay.
But he wasn't serious. Like, you know what I mean? He'd play like,
Yeah.
if in a given day, he'd probably play a total of 10 games in an 8-hour period. Okay, that's it. He'd just sit there and he'd socialize. He was like one of those like just minglers. You know what I'm saying? You know when you have that many people in the arcade, you just have people just chilling, hanging out, and having a good time.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys. He did play Oro back then, though. He did. He stuck with Oro all the way through.
So, something I realized, there was a guy on Semex's profile page for all the Einstein people, and Billy was one of them.
Yeah, yep.
And I believe that I did meet him around like 2007, but he introduced himself as Will.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I met him because he came in with your two favorite people, Kenneth and Irving.
Oh my god, the Shady Crew.
Yeah, but I met them, and like, I know they had some shit going on, but
Okay.
but yeah, I met them as well. Who else? There was another guy that started showing up at Tech Republic. That was apparently old school.
Neil, right? He was wearing all leather and shit with a motorcycle.
I don't know about a Neil. The guy went by a weird nickname though. It was like Sketch or.
That's a sketchy ass name right there.
What?
That's a butterfly knife carry dude name.
It was a weird name. It was like Sketch or Switch or
Switch.
Switch? Was this playing Matrix and shit? Like, oh my god.
I don't remember what the name was. I'm sure if I talked to Marcus or someone, they'd be like, "Oh, you're talking about this guy."
Switch, I love it.
I don't remember his name though, but yeah, he was showing up a little bit around 2008 from probably like March till like August of 2008 before UFO opened. So Einstein's closed down, and they moved Ryan Harvey and Chrissy, who was a rhythm gamer of Einstein's. They both bought some of the different cabs, and they went into business together to open up UFO. So while that was being worked on, they moved the arcade cabinets to Tech Republic, which is a LAN center, pretty much. And that's when I met a few other people from the third strike scene. But while,
so what do you look like though? Can you give me a description of the guy so I can probably tell you right away who it is?
Generic white guy, kind of like my build, so not like
Sick.
so not like fat, but he
Fuck.
So he wasn't really fat, but he wasn't like super lanky either. He had a little bit of meat on him, but it wasn't like toned or anything. So average white guy, brown hair.
Punish.
I don't even remember what character he plays. But yeah, I want to say he played Oro though. But I could be wrong. It may have been Darlene. I'll have to see if I can track it down, who it was. But apparently he was an older player as well. I just don't know how old, you know.
I'm trying to think of people that I recognize from back then.
Huh?
I'm trying to think of who I recognize from back then that fits that profile. I don't think I know that person, honestly.
But in 2008, while we were at Tech Republic, Jose started playing. Jose being Banana Ken.
Okay.
Who currently plays a lot of like anime fighters and stuff like that. But yeah, Banana Ken actually played pretty good third strike. He played Ryu, and I got hit by so many stun combos. Stun juggled, I guess I should clarify.
Now.
But yeah, he played. Who else? At that time?
I got to meet him at a San Marcos tournament for SF4, I think, way back when. He was godlike. I think he was probably like, him and Viet were the top 2, I think, right? Or close to it. In Austin?
I don't.
In that game in particular.
Honestly, like, I feel like towards the end of Einstein, while my play wasn't really developed all that much, like John Lowe and Viet, like I could go back and forth with them. So I don't feel like they were like super.
No, I mean regarding third strike, no. I mean Viet, I played him on 3S. I don't know. John's definitely better, I think, than Viet. Viet just doesn't understand third strike. I don't think his brain doesn't compute it well compared to other players.
This is my last match, gentlemen. We're gonna watch Caveats fight Khachik a couple more times after this.
Khachik.
Khachik, the man, the myth, the legend.
But
But no, that's good though. So you were basically dominating the end of that the last bit of Einstein's then.
Now.
You know the owners for Einstein's were pretty shady, right, Kenny?
Fuck.
yeah, that's what I've heard.
They're like real life mobsters. No, I'm not kidding. No joke.
Yeah, I've heard that there was talk of like tax evasion or something, but I don't know.
No, there's yeah. Long story short, and I've told the story before on the stream, but it's just basically the gist of it. Somebody stole from Jurassic Park machine. They put a fox trap in there, snapped his hand in half. And when we called the police, they said, actually cancel the call to the police. We'll handle it from here. And they put him in a car and they drove off. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying about that. I'm not saying any names, not saying anything else on that. I'm just saying that's what happened. I saw it. It was pretty shady. And the people that came with them, yeah, they definitely weren't like I don't know what you want to call it, just not legitimate people. You just tell.
Damn. Get over that fucking jumping roundhouse.
I'm also trying to think like who played at UFO. I know for like a week, we had a guest CRO, the Japanese player in town.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Man, have I never had my low forward reversal as much as that. He's a
Feels bad, but feels good, right? At the same time, it's like okay,
Yeah.
you can't deny it. You can't deny how sick it is.
Yeah.
I know Jack played a lot during the beginning of UFO days when the cab was still on the showcase cab actually, right? They had it on the showcase cab initially when it first moved to UFO.
Did they?
Yeah, because I remember playing Viet on that, and he was getting butthurt. He was getting bodied like
I
he
swear
was getting frustrated and did a walk to the machine, came back, and I beat him again. And he walked to the machine, came back again, I beat him again. He spent like $20 trying to beat me.
I don't remember the showcase cab being in UFO.
Damn.
I think they had third strike on it at first, and they switched the showcase cab over to ST, and then ST was on the showcase cab.
You win.
I have no idea.
Been a pleasure, guys. Good night, Kenny. Good night, Hoss.
Definitely, good night, man.
Good
night.
talks, dude.
Hey, Vika.
Yep. Have a good rest, guys. Okay, guys. We got Caviez versus Khachik here. We're gonna do 2 matches. Good games, Khachik. We do a first to 2 here. Khachik versus Caviez to end the night out. Guys, as usual, thanks for hanging out all night long. My God, Bruise-day Tuesday, Jazzy Online Fundraiser number 7. Team battle, 24 players, 8 teams of 3. I'm sad Khachik couldn't make it. That would have been sick. What an awesome event. Thank you to Mutants. Thank you to Rick, aka Onagai. Twitch.tv/Poverty Game Night. One word, POVERTYGAMENIGHT. Poverty Game Night. One word. Again, twitch.tv/KD_alpha. That's KD_ALPHA. KD Alpha. Go check him out. Please go give him a follow. Likewise, my friend KREICHJR streaming more often. That's KREICHJR, KREICHJR. Check him out on Twitch. He can stream more often. A little bit of creative streams. I hang out playing guitar. Of course, my friend Hoss streams as well. I believe here on Twitch he is Hoss_TX, I believe. Twitch.tv/Hoss_TX, if I'm not mistaken. Give him a follow, please. Mutant XP, Twitch.tv/MutantXperience. That's the letter X, then PERIENCE. Mutant Experience. He hasn't streamed in a minute, but I'll go give him a follow if you're in the third strike. Finally, follow @the Jazzy Circuit on Twitter for more news about Jazzy fundraisers and other Jazzy events. Of course, we've got majors, locals representing Jazzy. Get your Jazzy points at your locals. Get your Jazzy qualification at a major. It's pretty fun stuff. Pretty fun stuff. Without Mutant's help behind the scenes, we could not have run the tournament. Thank you, Mutant. Again, thank you to Rick and Hoss for both running sets offline. It's gonna be off stream. Make that a little bit easier for us here on the stream. The team battle was a lot of fun, guys. We're gonna come back again probably in a couple weeks and do more team battles. Maybe next month. Maybe like a monthly thing. It's a relative pain to set up, but the reward is worth it, right? It was so much fun. So these Jazzy fundraisers are always really hyped, but having teams was just really, really hyped. Yo, Caviez. We're doing first to 2, guys. Best of 3.
You win.
Not a bad run there. Oh my god. What an amazing night. Guys, as usual, if you guys enjoy hang out and keep the channel online, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Vencabot. Even $1 is a huge help. Goes a long way to make the channel more sustainable in the long term. I've been streaming now for about 2 years full time. It's a lot of work. I'm exhausted. I have no life outside of the stream. And we're making about $300 a month out of 70 hours a week of work. So it's not really sustainable, as you guys might imagine. Thankfully, I'm still living off of some money I saved up from back when I was working full-time, trying to make the stream work out, but financially speaking, it's not really super feasible right now. Thank you to all the subs tonight, guys, all those Twitch subs, and again, Patreon supporters are really, really clutch. Thank you for the bits, apples. It's a thing. It's a thing. You guys make it possible. You guys make it a lot of fun for me as well. You guys are the reason I do this. If you want to help out for free, get in the chat, come say hi. Come play with us on stream. Makes the channel a lot more fun. You guys bring a lot of value to the channel. Not only for potential passersby, but for me as a host. If not for you guys being in the chat, there's no way I could possibly host this for 40 hours a week. Thank you to all the guys on Discord today. Oh my god. Eat, Caesar, KD, all these guys that came by and co-commentated, making my life so much easier as a host. It's just awesome. You guys make my life very easy. You can also follow on free for Twitch. Tell your friends we're here. Spread the word about the channel. We're playing 3S here 4 nights a week. This Thursday, though, we normally stream 3S. We're going to be streaming Smash Brothers instead. What's the name of that game with Mario in it? Smash Brothers. That'd be Bruise-day, Thursday. 8 hours of Smash on this Thursday. That's going to be kind of crazy. Also, you can subscribe on YouTube. We're actually at 152 subs on YouTube. I put out a new video every single day on YouTube. It's an archive video. It's at twitch.tv/Vencabot archive. Or better yet, just search on there for Vencabot on YouTube. You'll find me that way too. We have all kinds of cool long plays. We've got short plays. We've got online stuff, single player stuff. Got different eras and consoles and genres. Horror games, shooting games, AAA games, indie games, puzzle games, adventure games. Lots of third strike. We have what, like 400 episodes of 3S now? That's crazy. Each one about 2 hours long, fully commentated. And although we have 1,100 public videos on YouTube right now, it's actually all organized painstakingly by game in playlists. So you can go find a playlist, go find the game you want to watch, and go watch it. It's pretty cool, I think. I put a lot of work into it anyway. We're kind of getting slow. We're kind of slow to get followers there, but it kind of makes sense to me. It's not really good YouTube content. It's better Twitch content, right? I think people don't really want to watch 2 hours of unedited footage on YouTube. But if you do want to watch previous streams, they're all available on YouTube. If you want to have something in the background while you're doing your homework or whatever, want to watch me play Dark Souls or get my pants pooped in Evil Within 1 and 2, those are all options that are available to you right now on YouTube. Just search on there for Vencabot, you'll find me. Also, I'm at Vencabot on Twitter. Join our Discord at vencabot.com. Get that invite right there. We're 1-1 right now in this first to 2 set. Khachik looking pretty strong right now. Can he close it out? I'm exhausted, guys. It's been an awesome Bruise-day Tuesday as always. I'm looking forward to getting some rest though. I think I'm gonna go do some shopping tonight if the stream's over. one more time, thank you everybody that came by and played. All you guys are the best. Thank you for you guys that made my life easier in the chat in terms of like communication during the tournament. All the guys that said, yo, who's next on your team? That you guys said, so and so is next. And these online tournaments are kind of tough to organize. They're not like an offline tournament where you can run around and find people. Of course, that's not easy either. But even then, you guys that really came in clutch and made this easier, I appreciate that more than you guys realize. It's a lot of stress to run these sort of things sometimes. Oh, he's alive! There we go. Good games. That's 2 for Khachik, 1 for Kaviez. I'm going to call it a night here, guys. Come right back again tomorrow for some more game dev action, and then some Third Strike, of course, and some Smash Bros. Tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Yeah, good night, Khachik. Good night, Kaviez. Whoever's still lurking in the chat, good night, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow with more Third Strike. Yeah, good night, Kenny. Good night, Hoss. Goon gets to the ghost of Overlord Steve. Ooh, good block. Wow! Parrying the punish. Oh my. We just wrapped up 8 straight hours of Third Strike. Oh, Black Spike. Yeah. Good parry. Oh. Wow! Does the reflect work on that? They finally get the 2 frame. They've been trying for that the entire fight. Trying to get that 2 frame. Streak. This has been pretty crazy. Streak was the guy's name. Oh, you were pretty close. First you said sketch, then you said switch. What do you think, yo? Roster Farians? Oh my god! So many bags.